G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Junkie's plasma pistol with 25% faster fire rate and plus 50 DR whilst aiming major and minor legendary effects respectively. And having this as a guerrilla weapon is no mistake, it's no quirky testing. I'm going to see if this thing can actually do better than another weapon of the guerrilla class, which I consider to be one of the best in class. Obviously, that's the 10mm pistol. So quickly going over the advantages of each weapon, this thing is able to be suppressed, so having stealth increases your damage output and reduces damage input, or incoming damage I suppose. And it is also hit scan, so facing targets at range is not really a problem. As long as you're aiming at them, the bullets will get there as soon as you pull the trigger. That's basically where it ends for the 10mm pistol. This thing has quite a lot of advantages, and you might notice how it's got the ballistic and energy damage boosting this thing to a lot higher than we got the 10mm pistol to get. So we're doing 50 damage with this versus a 31. That's a pretty big advantage. You'll also notice that the fire rate is higher, increasing our DPS even more as compared to the 10mm pistol when we're not, at least when we're not countering sneak into the equation. But we've also got a higher range because this thing doesn't have a suppressor. Obviously, suppressors do penalize you at range, so that's pretty good. We're going to probably be slightly more effective with this thing at range anyway because of the hit scan bullets, but if you want a close range shredder, I feel like this is a much better choice for it. I've also got the extended ammo capacity out of this, which isn't shown on the weapon card, but this thing has 27 bullets in the magazine versus this thing's 12 with the perforating magazine. That means we won't get any, decent armor penetration out of this, but I'm hoping the blunt force of the plasma melting through their armor is good enough to give them the old damage before, and then they'll die just due to outright damage rather than sneaking a little bit of damage through the armor. So we'll have to test out how that goes. Now, in terms of how I've got this thing set up, I've got a calibrated capacitor, so we're going to get more crit damage, because if I want to use this thing properly and get the most damage, I'm going to be using it in VATS. Very, very effective. Obviously, a reflex sight gives me it's good synergy basically, and an automatic barrel increases DPS even more. Unfortunately, there's no true grips or aligned grips to go along with my aligned barrel. There's only one other grip in the game, and that's the bruising grip, which increases bash damage but also decreases the condition bar, which is kind of useless because, let's be honest, gun bashing in this game is terrible. Let's not use that, so we'll go for the standard one here. Also, this weighs 4.5, and this is slightly heavier somehow, although the 10mm pistol is a big weapon. It's a big boy. Anyways, so we'll chuck on some perks, and then we'll get some addictions under our belt. So, obviously, as an automatic weapon of the pistol variety, you can chuck on these gorilla perks, and they increase the damage. And I've also got Bloody Mess in luck, because extra damage there is always welcome. We've got Critical Savvy, we've got 4-Leaf Clover, Serendipity, and Better Critical, so we're really doubling down on smashing things with VATS with this. A couple of defensive perks here and there. Crack Shot to increase our range when we aim down sights. Probably not all that useful for a weapon that is not hit scan, but Concentrated Fire definitely useful, and filling out the perception with Glow Sight is never a bad choice. Now we're doing 92 damage versus this thing's 57. Haven't quite doubled it yet, but we still haven't chucked on the chems, so let's go ahead and do that. And now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? No? Yes, 5 addictions, because the alcohol hasn't quite worn off yet. And now we're doing 78 and 78, which quick maths is 156, I think. Okay, so here we are at Camp Navarro, and here's my plasma pistol in first person. Don't worry about it looking front heavy, that's fine. If anything, that's going to eliminate the vertical recoil, right? Well, not quite enough. Also, ignore the rads on my health bar. I didn't remember to eat stuff and stand under the rad shower to make it all go away, but here are my buffs, and all of my armor is unyielding, so all of my special stats upon getting hit, and we'll probably get hit quite a lot, will be a lot better than this in a second. But we're still getting 16 agility and 24 agility and 16 perception, which is not too bad. And if we get close to something, I don't think I've hit anything in this server, have I? Have I? No, I have. Did I see some rubber banding on that health bar? No, that can't happen. Let's not do that. And let the close quarters blasting begin. Now, one of the problems with a weapon with such a high fire rate is what happens is you'll get through your VATS very quickly, and it'll drain your AP bar. Luckily, we've got a bunch of AP regenerating boosting stuff, so that means we can probably get away with using this thing in VATS all the time. And as you can tell, in terms of damage output, we're definitely doing the job. In terms of a I guess, a pistol build that you aren't expecting to, you know, nuke queens with and just day-to-day stuff, I'm thinking this is going to be just fine. So now we're doing 125 plus 125. What is that? 250. That's a pretty big increase, I guess. That's only at 3 adrenaline, however, because, you know, well, I could actually take sneak off, couldn't I? That's an extra adrenaline for me, which is how much damage? I don't know how much damage. We'll find out. So, we'll keep escape artist and gun through. There it is, gum through. I was thinking about chewing 5 gum before. I'm sorry. I was thinking about those meme ads that you used to see. Oh, I'll take those screws. You know how many plasma guns I crafted and scrapped to see if I could get more attachments? Well, luckily not very many because I only had the materials to craft and scrap 1. But I was needlessly disappointed when I didn't get anything. It's one of the more elusive weapons to get attachments for because you can only find them pretty rarely and they're kind of expensive in the rip-off shop, so you don't want to go inside and, you know, eat those. Okay, we'll keep on going now. Yeah, don't buy the things from the robots. They rip you off. It's all a big old scam run by stupid robots who have nothing to spend the caps on. They're just hoarding it. They're trying to fix the economy somehow. I don't know what their game is, but, well, I kind of think the economy has been ruined by things other than people going to the vendors. Still, there's a lot of people that I see struggling with caps every now and then. They'll say, how have you got so many? It's like, okay, well, you just don't shop. You don't shop at those stupid vendors because they rip you off. Like, are you kidding me? You're going to want me to pay 25 caps per 308 round? Ha! No way, mate. Not on your bloody life. And we're back in hidden because bug. Might as well reap some cheeky sneak criticals, and now we're probably good. We're probably good enough to start running around without using ye old VATs. Unless we get smashed in the face by a hammer. That kind of sucks when that happens, but hang on, let me just go into third person here so I can actually see around me. Look at that DPS. Never mind, I'm going back to VATsing because look at my health. Full adrenal reaction, baby. Hang on. No, I've got the food bar full, so there we go. There's the health bar jumping up. I was waiting for that to happen. I mean, you can't blame the perks for breaking the game if you can just be well fed, which everyone gets by default. Ow! No, I don't think a beam of light shatters my bones like that, thank you very much. God damn it, I hate this. Since when did everyone in Appalachia have bones made of fucking cardboard? Fucking hell, ever since there was one of these patches, one of these days where they fucked everything. Again, I mean, it's not as game breaking, it's kind of more of annoying than anything else, but no, my limbs weren't shattering nearly as much back before they made it a thing. Oh, I just nailed 1k damage on that guy. Nice little cheeky sneak critical, I suppose. I don't know where his mate went. I must have chain vaporized him. Or he went over there. That's a more logical explanation, but well, he did get vaporized, or rather gutified, so that's pretty good. Yeah, nice shot, mate. He's a little bit more concerning because he's got an automatic rifle. Now, have we cleared out these bastards yet? Got one of them. We got Mad Max and took out his doggo later. The little blue healer doesn't look quite as good when infected with FEV, that's for sure. Just die already. I haven't really shown off the recoil that much because I've been pretty, I guess, conservative with the trigger. This is a bad place to stand. I'm glad I moved though because I would have got my head caved in by a super sledge. Oh, fuck off. Kill you. There you are. And now you're a puddle of goo. Very nice. You can still get nuclear material for these, so, you know, if you are farming materials for radium rifles, well, use a plasma gun and gooify things. Okay, so back to the comparison. Yeah, without stealth against a bunch of super mutants playing that aggressively, not a good idea, you're going to die pretty quickly. Against tools, however, we'll just have to see how that goes. What I might do is just use VATs a little bit more because aiming is hard, bro. Also, because of the criticals. I've spec'd this weapon to use criticals, so it'd be fucking stupid of me not to use them, right? Anyways, we'll rile up all of the gang here. Was an unnecessary reload for you. Top off the magazine. I hear some rad roach being gangbanged in the background. It's so absurdly violent that I had to put it off camera. So yeah, we keeping that M rating because there's some naughty language said by me during this video. So we're hitting them for 90 now, and just 90, eh? When I'm doing 218. Well, the criticals are doing a much better job at doing damage, as well as the headshots, and the headshots and the criticals are just absurd, but yeah, okay. Possibly I'm being held back by just how terrible energy weapons are, or rather energy damage, because it's calculated slightly differently to how, at least when it hits an enemy, it's calculated differently to how ballistic damage is calculated, so it ends up being a lot less. I wasn't the mathematician who figured that out. I just observed that energy weapon was just fucking garbage. But yeah, okay. It looks like the experiment's over. I'm thinking that a Junkie's Firerate 10mm pistol would be better than this weapon, which is a shame because for a highly advanced super rare energy weapon, you'd kind of think it'd be a little bit better than this. Oh well. The balance in this game sometimes makes no sense. You know, the damage output wouldn't be as bad if we had less of our points taken up by Gorilla itself and maybe more perk points in perception for armor penetrating. I'm just saying, Bethesda, it'd be really, really good if they were in the game, if we could have some viability in our builds other than rifles or melee, or I guess unarmed. Hey look, Swan's head was glorified, but the rest of him is fine. That's weird. Okay, let's keep this VATS train rolling. Die crab. 240 damage. Very good. Very good. Don't have awareness. I'm not quite sure whether the crabs like energy damage a lot. Don't think they do. Looks like the plasma makes pretty short work of them, especially when we're spamming criticals in their faces. That works pretty well. Bit of gun fill action here. And some more plasma. Oh no, we're going to throw an ice grenade. It's winter time. Yay. There she is. That wasn't winters because I threw a cold grenade. Hey, check it out. Looks like I glorified the Myler Queen's face and the body's intact as well. Weird. Okay, now onto the scorched dudes. No, not us. It's just you. It's me. You and me. It will be me. It will always be me. Nice. I'm quoting Michael Bay films right now. How good's that? Just be glad you aren't as stupid as I am. Anyways, we'll waddle on down over to the Scorched Beast. We'll hit up this plant for goo. Yes, that's some quality weapons grade glue that we got out of that. Am I in danger? Yes, I am. Luckily, I've got the fireproof perk on, so there we go. Nice little VATS burst there. Obviously, was penalized for being too far out of range there. Die, please. Okay, this thing doesn't hit very hard at all, and just for the memes, give me that. Just for the memes for a second. How much do we get? Oh, okay, so apparently it's just an all-in brawl here. I'll test that little theory about the weapons later on. Also, could use a drink. Don't care enough, though. We'll be out of this fight before the lack of hydration really starts to kill us, I guess. Okay, so that group of robots was easy enough to deal with. I feel like there's more down there, though. We'll just quickly knock that guy off to, if nothing else, maintain a bit of adrenaline. Oh, the robots split up. Good tactics by the Scorched Beast, not being hosed down by many Colonel Gutsies at once. Okay, let's observe the damage for a second. On the chest, 87. 101. Okay, so we are getting higher damage, higher DPS with this thing, but, you know, that doesn't... We can't sneak consistently with this, and there goes the cardboard limbs again. Ow, and right in the VATS accuracy. Come here. Who needs VATS accuracy when you've got a high rate of fire weapon with concentrated fire? Not me, man. What's that? It's an S. Is it a submachine gun? I can't transfer to you. There we go. It is a submachine gun, isn't it? Yeah, no, I'm not picking that up. Anyways, so there you have it. That was the Junkie's Firerate plasma pistol. Honestly, kind of underwhelmed. I guess it's just because the energy damage doesn't do nearly as much as it actually says on the box, but we're only slightly out damaging the 10mm pistol. And what do we get out of that? Superior range? I guess indirectly superior range. Like, the range stat is a lot higher on this, but I guess the ammo capacity in that situation helped me out a lot. But if I was sneaking consistently with my bloodied fire rate 10mm, I probably would have been able to kill him very quickly. Where's the minigun guy? He'll shred me in two. There we go. Oh, there was two of them. I can't believe I survived that. I think that was escape artist proccing. See, I know what I was doing. I didn't remove that perk for a reason. Now I could just use a stim pack to recover my wounds and fix all of my broken bones, but that's boring. Who wants to do that? See, I was watching some gameplay. Some guy was in West Tech stim packing every 5 seconds. Just like, come on, man. That's just, you're just burning caps there. You gotta rip the robots off and not let that happen the other way around. Anyways, if you're interested in seeing this gun in your game, I don't want it. I don't think it's all that good. I reckon a bloodied fire rate one. I did have one of those, but meh. Maybe a crippling one because it's fucking bugged right now. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Could probably give it away. Maybe for some caps or a cool weapon trade. Thank you for watching, guys.